What is going on, internet world? So, I, by the way, before I start this, I was playing online with some friends, some mission I hadn't played before in Grand Theft Auto online. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something other than just, you know, the game. I had posted something in social media the other day, and it kind of reminded me of something that I see on YouTube. That, well, for instance, my channel, it's a small channel, very small. I think I have about 13 subscribers, and most of those people I know by playing with them online, either Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty Ghosts. So, anyway, I consider them friends. Met online, play together and stuff. But anyway, what I had posted was about models and how they call their friends on Facebook fans. For some time they say, "Oh, I want to thank my fans for supporting me," and all this other crap. And I think they don't see it that all they're doing is offending their friends by calling them fans. But anyway, getting back to the YouTube thing, I see people on YouTube as well. They have probably about the same amount of subscribers I have, which is very small, or even up to 200, 300, something like that. That's still not enough to say, hey, I got fans, I'm famous, whatever. I don't know. I just don't see it that way. I think I'll always just see people as friends, and I think it would probably be just a little bit self-centered to start calling people fans, especially your friends. See, now, I understand if people would say, "Oh, I want to thank my friends for supporting me, coming to watch my videos, coming to watch my channels, looking at my photography, whatever." And anyway, but that's enough about the YouTube thing. I had mentioned this the other day on some models. I see them all the time. The only place they've ever been published in is their Facebook like page, and they call it a fan page. And all they do is go around with all these amateur photographers and their point and shoot cameras, and they have no knowledge of how to use light, and all they do is Lightroom and Photoshop on their pictures. Very amateur work. It all looks amateur. The models look amateur. They're aspiring models, but they should look at themselves as being aspiring models, not just because you took a picture with this one guy who gives himself a very unique name like Francois, Francois Photography. All of a sudden, he thinks he's famous. He's this famous photographer, and then this model thinks she's a famous model, and all they've ever done is nothing. Published their work on Facebook, and automatically they just thank all their friends by calling them fans. That's pretty stupid, I think. But I give this advice to people and models, especially the models. If you want to make it and you want to grow in your profession, whatever it is, whether it be YouTube or modeling or anything that maybe would consider you a celebrity at some point in time in your life, you got to make sure that you don't start burning bridges right at the beginning, because then you'll lose a lot of friends that way. It's a good way to alienate people and lose friends. That's for sure. So, I don't know how long this mission is. I don't know. Anyway, it was pretty fun. So, we had to basically steal a freight, a cargo freight, whatever, a box. Anyway, losing the cops sucks. Getting back to this model thing, ADD or something. So anyway, that's just one of like the pet peeves that I have is to see an aspiring model, someone who hasn't done anything, start calling her friends fans. And these you see them all the time on Facebook, and that's why I kind of get tired of going to Facebook. Twitter, you can't really write a bunch of crap, so you don't have to read a bunch of people's long ass postings about how awesome they are, and they want to thank the fans for getting them so big and so high, and yet nobody knows who they are, only their friends. And the models have only been published on their Facebook like pages. And yeah, it's just terrible. I think it's a good thing to thank your fans if you're a very well established model or some sort of celebrity, a movie actor, something like that. Obviously, they have millions of fans and very little friends, unfortunately. However, some models that I know that I've worked with, and I don't know if any of you, some of you know this, most of you, I guess, that I am a photographer and I photograph models. And I have photographed many of the world's top models. Sure, many of them are divas. They act out. They have their fits. They don't want to take pictures whenever they're supposed to. They're late. Oh, there's a number of things that could piss me off, but it's part of the job. It comes with the job. I enjoy my job. I wouldn't give it up for anything else. That's for sure. But a lot of them are just really genuinely nice, these models. And they didn't burn bridges when they first started out. They were aspiring models. They really wanted to make it big, and they really played it safe. They didn't call their friends fans when they first started out. And by the way, winning the hometown honey on Maxim, that doesn't constitute you being a celebrity or being a published model. That's just kind of funny that some girls actually think that. I'm not trying to be mean or ill-willed in any way or anything like that. I'm just kind of putting it straight out there, the way it is, and the just reality check for some of you models that are listening to this. You need to understand that if you are not published in magazines and you're not being called on by advertising agencies to go out and take photographs for a certain name brand or of clothing, food, whatever, then you're not a famous model. You're an aspiring model. Okay? Also, ring girls, that doesn't make you famous. Okay, that's the lowest of the low is a ring girl. And that's just my opinion. I'm not trying to be mean to anyone, but I feel I can be honest. So, and promotional models, that's pretty good, but that doesn't constitute you as a famous model. A famous model is usually a fashion model, someone who has actually done something in the fashion world, and an actor who's done something in the acting world, not amateur movies and independents that don't make it anywhere or anything like that. Of course, I understand everybody wants to make it. But again, I come back to it. You have to play it right. You can't just go and start being self-centered, narcissistic, blowing people off, forgetting who your friends are, calling them your fans, because then they're gone. And then after that, you have no friends, and you surely will be left without fans, since you so like to call people fans. Just because somebody likes your work, that doesn't mean they're your fan. Okay, if that's a fanatic. A fanatic means they can't get enough of you. Sometimes they'll see your picture and they'll be like, oh, I want a picture of that. But they don't come back. They don't check you out anymore. That's not a fan. That's just somebody who liked your one particular photo or something you did, and that's it. It's not a fan. Fans, when someone is fanatic about something, they keep coming back. They want more. They want to see more. They want to hear more. But that's it. Oh, what else was I saying about the ring girls? Okay, yeah, that's not promotion models. There, they're all right. What else? Oh yes, booth babes. Oh my, that now. Well, that's okay. Low of the low, right there. Booth babes, like for car shows, just car events, audio, stereo events. That's pretty degrading. And I tell these models that you just got to watch yourself, what jobs you take and all that, because if, you can find any hood rat, any ratchet hood rat at a car show taking pictures and all that. Just, so yeah, booth babes at car shows, not a good thing. Muscle shows, either, like these fitness expos and all that. That's just ridiculous. Nobody believes in their crap anyway. So, I don't know. I think I was just venting. I needed to vent. I needed to let people know the reality of life and bring them back down to the reality of life, if you would say, so to speak. That way, they don't confuse themselves and become narcissistic assholes in the future, and their aspiring modeling career will end abruptly because they didn't have a clue as to what was going on or what they were doing, and they didn't have a clue that they were offending their friends by calling them fans. I can't stress that enough. These people, oh man. So, yeah, I think I've pretty much said everything I had to say about that. I don't know if I left anything out. But the one thing that I do know is that I've seen a lot of models and worked with a lot of models, and very professional, very well-known models. And some of these models, they sometimes they get embarrassed when someone says, "Hey, I'm your fan," or "I'm one of your biggest fans," and they don't even like to call their fans fans. They prefer somebody like a follower. They call them a follower instead of a fan, because they feel fan is so, I don't know, kind of like, oh, look at the peasants, they're admiring the king or the queen, that sort of thing. So these models, that's what I'm talking about. The reason they are at the top is because they have class. They know how to treat people. They know how to treat their friends. So that's the only way you're going to make it, models that listening to this. Okay? Hope you didn't get butt hurt. Hope you didn't get offended, But you needed a reality check, so that's that. And if you don't like it, that's just tough. And as far as for YouTube people, well, I don't know. It seems like everybody just wants to be famous really quick on YouTube, and they forget to have fun. For instance, I'm not begging for subscribers. I'm not trying to just be this famous guy on YouTube or anything like that. The reason I made my YouTube gaming channel was because I wanted to have fun with in making videos with the friends that I play with online. And by the way, they are all a great bunch of guys, great bunch of people. Um, they're not a bunch of idiots or anything like that at all. And I consider them friends. I wouldn't call them fans ever. Um, so yeah, people forget that they need to have fun and enjoy what they're really doing. And you know, the good stuff comes later eventually if that's what you want, if that's what you're pursuing. As for me, I'm not pursuing anything on YouTube, but if it happens, it happens, and then I'll just go along with it. But of course, I'm not going to call my friends ever my fans, because I don't forget the people that supported me, which are my friends. And that's what friends do. Friends support you. Your fans, they don't. They just admire you and they want more and more and more. So, anyway, I appreciate you watching, taking the time to watch, stopping by. Zapstream the fuck out.